The Vedic period refers to a historical era in ancient India that is associated with the composition of the Vedas, the oldest sacred texts of Hinduism. It is considered a significant period in Indian history and culture, spanning from around 1500 BCE to 500 BCE. Here is a detailed explanation of the Vedic period. Historical context. The Vedic period is believed to have followed the decline of the Indus Valley Civilization, and it coincided with the transition from the Bronze Age to the Iron Age. It is named after the Vedas, which were composed and orally transmitted during this time. Rigveda and the Vedas. The Rigveda is the oldest and most important Veda, composed in early Sanskrit. It contains a collection of hymns dedicated to various deities, philosophical reflections, and ritual practices. Rigveda is divided into 10 books, or Mandalas, with hymns praising deities such as Indra, Agni, Varuna, and Soma. Social structure. Vedic society was organized into 4 varnas, or social classes: Brahmins, priests and scholars, Kshatriyas, warriors and rulers, Vaishyas, merchants and farmers, and Shudras, laborers and servants. This social structure, known as the Varna system, was based on occupation and birth and later developed into the caste system. Rituals and sacrifices. Rituals and sacrifices, known as yajnas, were a central feature of Vedic society. The performance of yajnas by Brahmins played a crucial role in maintaining cosmic order and promoting individual and societal well-being. Animal sacrifices were also conducted as part of these rituals. Deities and Pantheon. Vedic period saw the worship of various gods and goddesses. Indra, the god of thunder and war, was highly revered. Agni, the god of fire, played a significant role in rituals. The prominent deities included Varuna, the god associated with cosmic order and justice, and Soma, a deity associated with the sacred plant and the ritual drink made from it. Oral tradition and Gurukula system. During the Vedic period, the Vedas were transmitted orally from one generation to another. Skilled priests, known as hotris, memorized and recited the hymns during rituals. Education was primarily imparted through the Gurukula system, where students lived with their teachers and learned through a guru-disciple relationship. Expansion and geographical shift. Later Vedic period witnessed the eastward expansion of the Vedic culture. Center of Vedic civilization shifted from the northwestern region to the Gangetic plain, leading to the emergence of new kingdoms and changes in societal and economic patterns. Literature. Apart from the Vedas, other important texts emerged during the Vedic period. The Brahmanas provided explanations and instructions related to rituals, sacrifices, and social customs. The Aranyakas and Upanishads delved into philosophical and metaphysical discussions, exploring the nature of reality, the self, and the ultimate truth. Economic life. The Vedic period had an economy primarily based on agriculture and pastoralism. People cultivated crops such as barley, wheat, rice, and vegetables. Cattle rearing, especially for milk and dairy products, was significant. Trade and commerce, facilitated by rivers and trade routes, played a role in the Vedic economy. Cultural practices. The Vedic period witnessed various cultural practices, including the importance of hospitality, communal feasts, and the performance of music and dance during religious ceremonies. Recitation of hymns and the chanting of mantras were integral parts of religious and social and family life. Vedic society was organized around extended families known as gotras. Marriage was considered a sacred bond and was often arranged within the same Varuna or social class. The family was the basic unit of society, and kinship ties were highly valued. Role of women. Women in the Vedic period held an important position within the family and were involved in domestic and ritual activities. They had the freedom to participate in religious ceremonies and were often praised in Vedic hymns for their roles as wives and mothers. Astrology and Astronomy. Vedic society had a keen interest in celestial phenomena. The Rigveda contains references to celestial bodies, and the study of the stars and planets was important for the determination of auspicious times for rituals and events. The knowledge of astronomy and astrology was considered vital for the priests. Medicine and healing. Vedic period had a rudimentary system of medicine. The Atharvaveda, one of the Vedas, contains hymns related to healing, herbal remedies, and charms to ward off diseases. Healing practices included the use of herbs, prayers, and incantations. Environmental and nature worship. Vedic people had a deep connection with nature and worshipped natural forces such as rivers, mountains, and trees. They believed in the sanctity of the environment and practiced rituals to maintain a harmonious relationship with the natural world. Decline and transition. Towards the end of the Vedic period, social and political changes began to occur. Varna system became more rigid, and regional kingdoms started emerging. Later Vedic texts, such as the Brahmanas and Upanishads, reflect a transition towards philosophical and spiritual inquiries.